You're going to see the American press turn on Israel, just as they covered up the Holocaust during World War II, just as they despise you, the American people. The media won't call Nazis Nazis, unless it's Donald Trump, then they'll call him Hitler. The greatest friend the Jews in Israel have ever known, Donald Trump. He's Hitler. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, two of the biggest enemies in the Oval Office Israel's ever had. What do they call them? They defend them and they protect them. We wouldn't be in this situation but for Obama and Biden. And you know who's paying the price? Those people who are being slaughtered in Israel. Slaughtered in Israel. Now you're going to watch as Israel continues to defend itself, continues to move on Hamas and the other terrorists and tries to crush them, taking enormous casualties, that is the Israeli military. Hamas plays the media like a fiddle. You know, folks, there was a reporter who considered herself quite liberal. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what news organization she worked for. I think it was AP. Might be wrong about that. And previously, when the Hamas Nazis attacked the Jews in Jerusalem, and the Israelis went on the offensive, she said that she was watching and listening to her colleagues in journalism and in media, and they were all taking the propaganda handed to them from Hamas, the videos, the pictures, the narratives. And there she had an epiphany that Hamas was using propaganda to influence the Western press, and the Western press wanted the propaganda because they were hostile to Israel. And she said she was watching this in disbelief. And she talked about it and wrote about it. I predict that's exactly what's going to happen. You know, when you see the number of Palestinians who've died in the Gaza Strip, where are they getting that number from? We don't have real American reporters in the Gaza Strip. Why? Anybody know why? They'd be killed, that's why. Now, maybe one or two can get there, but they can only get there and report if they do what they're told to do. It's like the New York Times correspondent in Berlin during the early part of the Holocaust. Sure, he can be there, but he better not report the truth, and he better not report what he sees, and he better not make a report that undermines the Nazis. Otherwise, they're going to yank him, or worse. It's the same with Hamas. And so you're going to see numbers like this, and I don't really care what the numbers are. Why? Because I don't have a heart? No. Because I do have a heart. When you are part of a genocidal regime, you must be destroyed. Unfortunately, when Hamas does what it does, they know there's going to be civilians killed. They know, as we keep hearing over and over again, it's 141 square miles, 2 million people, one of the most dense places on the face of the earth. Then why do what you're doing when you know there's going to be a response? Why do they do it? You think they care about those other people? They have missile launching sites in hospitals and mosques, in elementary schools and kindergartens. They spend the vast majority of their money building weapons and tunnels to kill Jewish people. They don't care about the people. If they cared about the people, they wouldn't be terrorists, would they? And in the end, if you treat the Israelis the way you do, you treat your own people the way you do because you want to have power. Why? Because God tells you. You got to do what you got to do no matter what's in front of you. And so you're going to see the American press turn on Israel, just as they covered up the Holocaust during World War II, just as they despise you, the American people. You're going to see our college campuses, which are bought and paid for by the Democrats. You know, we got to have student loan forgiveness. Record number of student visas, people coming into our country from enemy states with a completely abhorrent ideology, whether it's in the Middle East, whether it's China and so forth. Wide open border. And this is what happens when you hate your own country. And this is what happens when you believe your own country is guilty of all the evils that your enemy is guilty of. And so we're accused of being colonialists, imperialists, racists. We're in deep trouble. As a Jew, the Jews are the canary in the coal mine. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Producer? Mm-hmm. You watch what's going on, and you listen to that commander from the Hamas Nazi regime. I put it on my social sites, and what does he say? It's about the Jews, yes, the occupiers, but this is about more than that. The Quran tells us to eliminate the Jews, to eliminate the Christians, to eliminate the atheists and the non-believers, in other words, the soft, quote-unquote, Muslims. All of them from the face of the earth. If I didn't get that exactly right, because I'm paraphrasing, it's actually worse. What do you think Iran wants a nuclear weapon? Obviously to try and blow Israel off the face of the earth. But short of that, it will completely control the region. Blackmail, threats, different governments. I'll give you a scenario. If Iran had a nuclear weapon today and Israel said, we're moving into the Gaza Strip to clean this out, and they said, you do that, and we're going to blow Tel Aviv off the face of the earth, what would Israel do? What could they do? Who has all the power then? This also brings to a point, because Israel believes in humanity. Israel has nuclear weapons. It doesn't admit it, but it does. You don't hear anybody concerned that Israel might say to the Islamo-Nazi regime in Tehran, we're going to blow Tehran off the face of the earth before you get a nuclear weapon, and as a result of what you've done to our people. That's not even in the conversation. Again, good versus evil. There is no moral equivalence, period. So we have a growing wing of anti-Semites under the umbrella of the Democrat Party, Marxists throughout our university system and throughout our major cities, who are free to do what they do and say what they do, and more coming behind them, and more coming behind them. I'll close with this. There was a headline in a newspaper that said, how does Biden keep his coalition together? What coalition? AOC, Tlaib, the Hamas Nazi wing of the Democrat Party, and the rest of it. How does he keep his coalition together? Well, we're going to find out. Because so far he's capitulated to the Hamas Nazi wing of his party. He's funded Iran. He's funded the Palestinians. He's done everything he shouldn't have done. And in that he's betrayed the people of Israel, just as he's betraying the people of the United States.
For all this and much more, sign up for LevinTV.